it's a tech conversation. People don't look for this time, but we will change this, maybe change this in the future.
Yeah.
So now you are live on YouTube. So Charles, say hello to the internet.
Hello.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Thank
So,
you, Carlos, for donate your time and to be here with
all
me.
right. To start our conversation, I had to give the rules for our conversation, and I would explain what is Talk and Talk. I had to do this because maybe someone watching on YouTube didn't know yet what is TNT. So TNT is a conversation platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. And the live conversations meetings are for all levels. So this is not a class, even a regular class, and we are not here to teach you anything. However, you are going to learn by practicing in a real environment. Our philosophy says we are here to develop your fluency and confidence as an English speaker. So I ask always to everyone to be respectful and don't correct anyone and enjoy this. All right, so I send you the questions on the chat. Can you, in the chat, can you check if you received? All right, so can we start? So Charles, please, can you bring it number one and start, please? Our subject today is how technology changed the way we listen to music. So please go ahead.
All right. I remember well when how this industry changed. I was the age there existing or existed, I don't know. Fita cassette, yeah. Oh my gosh. Do you like to listen music? How often do you listen, and what you use to listen, choose to do this? Oh, I listen a lot and I love music. I love reggae music, my genre, my mainly genre, I guess. This pronunciation it's so a little bit strange. But yeah, today I was listening before attempt this meeting yesterday, and I listen a lot, and I really enjoy listen music, but I like to listen music there I can feel the vibration. No, not only because the lyrics.
All right.
Maybe about the vibration. Like I like more songs there have more instruments, like rock, like things like that, more strong. I guess. Yeah, that's it, man.
All right.
How about you?
I like to listen to music too, and I had to agree with you. We are getting more older, and we face some changes on the history of the music. But for me, I listen to music every day. I can say my principal I don't know, gender or type of music that I like. It's more something like to rock. I like something like this. But when you are talking about the lyrics and a letra, the música, I like gospel some gospel bands like Oficina G3 and others like this. Here in Brazil, had a lot of bands with good quality, but nowadays I'm listening a little bit of lo-fi. Do you know lo-fi? It's a it's a type of music without lyrics, only the beat. I usually use this to study and sometimes to work. This helping me to concentrate. And it's how can I say, it's good for me because I had some issues with concentration, and this type of music can help me to concentrate. And what do you know about the evolution of the music, e.g., instruments, singers, and listeners? I was thinking about this when I was preparing our conversation. It's really nice when you look to the evolution of the music. Uh, I was thinking about this, and maybe the music in the past was divided in three steps or three phases. Uh, a long time ago, if people want to listen music, they had to go to some place when someone was singing or playing some instruments. So to listen the music, you had to move physically. The evolution came to us and bring some evolutions like the radio, so people could listen to music in their houses without to leave their houses. But it was hard because they had to sit down inside the radio and to listen to music. And nowadays people have the freedom to choose what they want to listen, and this is the most amazing because you don't have to listen something you don't like. So this is the most interest for me. And for you, what do you
Uh,
know about the evolution of the music? Do you play
I
some
I
instruments?
I could not agree more. I don't know. It's difficult to building some phrase, but I think this one can be good. I could not agree more. Yeah, it's exactly this in this way. Yeah, I feel the same. I'm think the same. No, I cannot play any. I have a guitar more than 11 year, maybe more than 11 for sure. But I never learned play. I play something, but it's not so good. It's not audibly, I guess.
Uh,
But yeah, that's it. I agree with you. Uh, about the changes, I would like to say I think about the music in specific. I don't like this uh, new bands or new music anymore because I to me it's too much electronic and the I don't know the name, but the percussion, I don't know, it's can be in English, but I like the percussion, the effects, and uh, maybe the new guy don't remember anymore, but uh, have some songs there. Of course, nowadays the electronic it's more easy, it's more agitated, but when you listen one music there, you have the effects and percussion. It's amazing, and
yeah.
my ears it's so good for catch this. And I really like. All right, and to me, the music nowadays, it's so much electronic. I don't like too much, but yeah, I think we need to accept that and enjoy, right?
Yeah, of
It's
course.
because I like reggae, the baixo, it's a little bit, né? Some music from Bahia too, because the percussion, né? Atabaque, tambor, I love cordon, cardon, I don't know. Or, yeah, I like this kind of song, and nowadays don't have anymore. Yeah,
Yeah. Here in the south of Brazil, remember when I was younger, it was more common. You see in, for example, in um, some Sundays on the church, had that parties and people with I don't know in English, sanfona and those kind of things, and now it's hard to find someone who know how to play this kind of instruments. People usually go to guitar, and that even to battery, bateria, violão, guitarra, but the other ones like sanfona or gaita, I don't know these words in English, but
yeah,
isn't so common. And
yeah,
in this type of party in the church, for example, people are using more electronic music, as you say,
yeah,
using some playlists or something like this, and less live music. So
yeah,
this is for me. It's, I don't know if this is general in Brazil, because Brazil is too big,
yeah,
but I'm seeing something like this, as you say. People enjoy more electronic music and less the
yeah.
instruments and the singers and those kind of things.
Yeah, look for one side. It's totally. I don't know how I can say this. I can understand because it's more easy. Like you said, today you can use one guitar and one teclado. Yeah, teclado. I don't know English too, but I will search about instruments in English
Yeah,
for the next time. But yeah, today it's easy because one teclado you can do everything. Yeah, on electronic, and you can extract the song from a lot of instrument. But like I said, I lack this kind of, like, when I was young. I was born in Brazil. I grew up around the Goiás, and over there, it's where I live in Goiás. It's near Bahia. It's almost in Bahia. Né? We have some part of Goiás there. It's close to the Bahia, and of there we use a lot of percussion instruments, and I I like this. I miss, I guess, I miss this. All right. And about church, it's true. I remember too. We it's the most often band there we listen. It's from the church,
yeah,
because every Sunday you go there and you listen. And yeah, I miss this one too.
yeah.
Yeah. And
And
dream. Oh, let me confess, my dream was play one church band. All right, my dream.
oh,
Yeah, but
I'm a terrible singer, and
never.
I try to to play guitar, but I don't have the coordination, on my hand, and it's for me it's too much. Use this hand and this hand on the same time and play in the rhythm. So it was terrible, and I try a lot. And some teachers say to me, please, man, uh, give up. You don't, you don't was created for this. Go do other thing, because you can learn how
Yeah.
to play a guitar. So I always had this desire, to learn
Yeah.
some instrument, and was terrible. I had a brother. My brother has the gift to um, to get an instrument and start to play only by practicing.
Yeah.
He knows how to. He learned how to play battery, guitar, bass, and a lot of instruments. Only a percussion instrument, as you say, and only by listening other ones playing, and it's awesome, but I don't have this gift,
Yeah. But you
so
know what? You know what? I'm think about this conversation today, and I thought I will start go to the church again and maybe try to be part of the band here in Canada. I
that
need to. I need to start do some or create some connections here, and
yeah,
I think it's a good way to start. Yeah,
of
I
course.
I I, I was think about that right now. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good, because maybe you had more opportunities to know other people's,
yeah,
but uh, focus on the music part. You can see the difference, in Canada, in Brazil, and
yeah,
this could be awesome for sure. But as I saying, today it's more harder, and it's part of the evolution. Um, but let's go ahead. Can you start the number three, please?
yeah.
It
Have
is
Have you ever used a phonograph, vinyl, cassette, or something old to listen to music? Ever this list totally this list mentioned in this question. Uh, until maybe until now, in this before we travel to the Canada, my wife already had some vinyl. Uh, yeah, and cassette. It's my entire uh, I guess teenager period. I guess yeah. I I'm from the age there we use how I can say I forgot uh oh my gosh man. Uh, I, I I forgot the name. I'm in my mind, but I'm forgot the name.
You can say in
Uh,
Portuguese if you
no, but I don't remember even in
even in
Portuguese.
Portuguese. All
Yeah,
right.
it's things for listening. Fita cassette and put in our ears. How I can say?
On your
No, no, it's
Discman. Uh,
no. I forgot right now. Yeah, yeah. I read this one. It's a yellow one, big. I remember it's so funny, but yeah, yeah. It's good. It's a good thing to remember that, man. Yeah, yeah, mm, yeah. That's it.
all right.
Sorry, I forgot, but I will remember.
All
Yeah,
right. I
yeah.
don't know if you are talking about the Walkman or something
Yeah,
like this.
like that, but it's other name. It's more strange name, but like
Oh, all right.
Walkman. It's Walkman. I will try search on the internet. And I cannot share one image here, but yeah, I think you don't know what I'm talking because it's so strange, man. But yeah, it's so funny. It's
All
so
right.
old too.
I
But how old
I'm
are you? Sorry.
I had 32.
Yeah.
I'm not so older,
Yeah.
but I'm a little bit. I had this experience, to
Yeah.
use cassette. I never. When I was very very younger, I remember 4 to 5 years. I had a parent, I don't remember who was exactly,
Yeah.
but he put some vinyl to listen some histories about three little pigs,
Yeah.
and the red hat girl, Chapeuzinho Vermelho,
Uh,
and those kind of things. This was the only experience that I had with vinyl, but I had a lot of music listen using cassette
all right.
and record the music. This was the most hard part, when you want to record the music. So
All
I had
right.
some radios who could do this, and I listened a lot of radio and FM and those kind of things to record the music that I like. And sometimes uh,
Yeah.
when I record the cassette,
Like,
the advertisement or the publicity the radio make was recorded
yeah.
together, but it was the it was the way to
Yeah.
listen music, so I
Yeah.
had a Walkman,
Yeah,
and
take a look. It's a Walkman. I try remember Walkman. Take a look this Walkman there that I have when
you
I
sent
was.
this yellow, I remember. That's
It's
awesome.
so
I
crazy.
remember I remember I remember when I was younger, my dream was receive something like this. Oh man, I think I forget to put on
So
on
crazy.
record, but I remember when I was younger, I had this dream and I received from my birthday Walkman like this. So it's a good memory. It's a good memory, and that's my experience,
I'm
using old types of technology. And I faced this evolution, from Walkman to Discman, and I never had an iPod, but here in Brazil was MP3. You
yeah,
remember?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was a fever when
yeah,
people invited the MP3s, and
yeah.
this was my first participation in the evolution of the music.
It's so it's so quickly this technology there we like. Oh my gosh, man!
I'm
Don't
sharing.
do don't do that, please. Wow.
Don't do that. Yeah, I'm sharing this
Oh my gosh. So
because
funny.
someone couldn't
Yeah.
watch. So
Listen
I
us
don't
and not
know, stop to
the
share. All right.
the most part of the guys don't know what it
Yeah.
means or what is this. It's maybe on museo, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
But
I
yeah,
remember my dream was I had a yellow Walkman.
I No, I don't like this yellow things because I'm a discreet guy and but I don't know because a lot of was yellow. I don't know why, but and yeah,
Yeah, but I remember the principal, how can I say, the principal color people
yeah,
or my friends had it was the yellow, and
yeah,
my dream was had the yellow, and was
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And when you look for the device we had today, that object was huge, you know.
yeah,
You
yeah,
put
yeah,
that, on
yeah,
your side, and put some cassette, and man, that
yeah,
it was so huge, and you had to lose a lot of batteries, you know. uh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was the
yeah,
most hard part, because for me, I'm not so rich, you know. It was very costly,
yeah,
change the batteries, you know.
yeah. No,
So I remember
it's
when I was younger, I tried to put some batteries on the electricity in our house, you know, and explode the battery, because I want a way to recharge my batteries, you
yeah,
know. Even in the cover, are saying don't try to recharge this battery, but I had this
yeah,
intention because it was hard to me to don't understand. Man, it's energy, it's electricity. So for me, for a guy with 7, 8 years, oh man, I will put on the tomada, and I will
yeah,
recharge this because it's only electric. But nowadays,
yeah,
it's common to use batteries and those kind of things, rechargeable with equipment and products. So people don't know even how to change
yeah.
something simple like this, you know.
Yeah, I remember well. Oh, actually, I'm come from before this technology. Like when I was 11 or 14, did not exist Walkman yet. Walkman was how I can say surge or aparece. I don't know how I can say this. We start saw or see Walkman when I was almost 18 years around, maybe. This kind of Walkman start uh, become more usual, more common in Brazil, around Brasilia, around the 1996, 1997, around this year. And I already almost 18 years.
Yeah,
And like I'm from a little bit before this technology. But I enjoy a lot, and I had one. I had one yellow one this, and it's so amazing to remember because yeah, it's a little bit strange nowadays. I feel strange, right? They all no much more, but yeah,
yeah.
it's so
You are,
strange.
I think you are a little bit older than me, but only a
A
little
little
bit. Do you
11 years
how
only.
how old are you?
43.
Yeah, it's a little bit on 10 years. On 10 years, it's a little bit. But I'm seeing this, how I'm getting older and how I'm getting more used to, or how I start to like more older things than I was younger, you know.
Yeah.
I never like to I never had this intention to have an old car, you know, and now I'm getting older. I want to buy a combi. But
No.
when
Oh my
I was
gosh.
when I was preparing this conversation, I had this feeling, you know, man. I want to buy old Walkman, the yellow one, and only to have, you know, here in my house to remember this feeling, you know. So I think this is common to us when we are
But
getting older.
let me
Had this type of
give
feelings.
one advice to you. Don't buy one combi, because I work one the first car that I work driving was combi, and I drive one combi maybe around 2 3 years. But don't do that. And I like old cars too, and I had one beautiful oh my gosh, man. Saveiro.
All
Pampa.
right.
Uma Pampa.
Pampa. All right.
I had one Pampa more maybe around 5 or 7 years, but I sell this car because I was spent a lot of money with this car, and I need to sell because this. But I had it's I had a Pampa, and a beautiful Pampa, and I organized only for fun, because I had
Yeah.
another car, and this one it's only for desire. All right, it's
Yeah.
not for work.
It's for
Yeah,
pleasure.
yeah, it's for pleasure and for spend money only. And my wife feel gorgeous, I guess. Yeah, gorgeous. Ciúmes. Yeah, only for that.
Yeah,
And
I
I
know
sell
the
because
feeling.
this.
I know the feeling. I don't have a combi yet because I'm not so rich as you. Because when you had a lot
Ah,
of money, when you had a lot of money and you don't know it, a friend of mine said this to me. And when you had a lot of money and you don't know how to spend, you go and buy an old car. And
no.
when your money ends, you sell the car. But
Oh,
but
I sell because like I spend too much money, because this one really we need to spend so much money, because we don't we cannot find the the pieces anymore, and the pieces
yeah,
start to become expensive.
yeah.
And yeah, and
I
like
understand.
I like it, but I'm not crazy for put my economic uh, situation in risk because one car.
Yeah,
I
of
don't have
course.
this so much money for support this desire. No, no,
Yeah.
no.
I
I sell.
was I was only joking, all right.
No, I
But I
know.
know I had the experience to drive a combi when I was a police officer. We had combis on the police department, and I had this good experience. But I think
Yeah.
this is subject for other conversation. I write this. I want to talk about older cars here in Talk and Talk, but on
Yeah.
other day, and I will send you an invitation so we can share about this, you know,
Yeah.
about our experience. We had
Yeah.
a lot of subject to talk about this, you know, Fusca, Combi, and
All
other
right.
things. So let's go to the next question. Please go ahead with the
Uh,
number 4, please.
what impact did the invention of the radio? Yeah, it's this one I cannot talk about, because to me communication. Radio means communication, and with the communication, I guess everything that we can see nowadays, or we can solve nowadays, come from the communication. And the radio, it's our first step for open this door. Yeah, and because nowadays we see these things and uh, we don't think about communication, but everything nowadays there we have from on internet come from the communication, come
Yeah,
from this way to share information. Yeah, it's a it's a it's a way there we share radius vibration. Yeah, it's a uh, I don't know how I can say. Yeah, radio and vibration. It's ondas de rádio. I don't know how I can say this in English. Yeah,
I think
uh,
it's waves or something like
waves.
this.
Yeah, waves. Ondas, né? Waves. Yeah, radio waves. Yeah,
Yeah,
internet. It's radio waves. Yeah,
right.
everything. It's in low frequency, it's high frequency, but everything it's every communication come from the the waves radio. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, uh, I know this question it's related to radio that program, not the waves. But I think the program of radios, it's like I said, it's a first step for develop a lot of things now in the future. I think he work as a laboratory, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Of course.
Yeah,
I agree with you about the impact of the invention of the radio about communication. And for me, I had some points that I want to share, especially about the part of the communication, the music too, because when you look to people using radio in the past and nowadays, I think this bring more opportunity. You know, of course, in the early of the beginning of the radio, of course, buying a radio was expensive, like everything. You know, when you buy a new cell phone, for example, an iPhone in the launch was very expensive. It's expensive nowadays too, but every technology in the beginning it's expensive. But when this becomes more common, I think this give to other people more opportunity to create this how can I say this this habit to listen to music, you know, because I was talking about this in the past. You had to go to some place to listen music. You had to go to theater to listen some opera, or you had to go to I don't know, in the church or some other places to listen music, to listen people singing or playing instruments. But the radio bring this type of experience, you know, how to listen something in your house without leaving your house, so you could listen information, music, entertainment, and those kind of things. And maybe I don't know how this started exactly, if was with the radio or the television, but I like to think because radio come first, this bring other opportunities like the publicity market, you know, because for example nowadays it's very common when you see people making advertisements on internet, on television, and on radio. But maybe in the past this was something very, how can I say, very new, you know, make some publicity on the radio and those kind of things. So for me, the radio changed a lot of uh, the way people consume information and entertainment. So
yeah,
this was really nice. I remember an history about the radio. I think it was on America. They had those. I don't know if the name is soap opera or novela, radio novela, you know.
Yeah.
And the guy was talking about extraterrestrial, alien, and those kind of things. And people who are listening the radio program start to think it was real, you know, because it was a
Yeah.
it was a novella, it was a soap
Yeah,
opera,
yeah,
but people who are listening in the past think that it was real and get a lot of confusion. But I think
yeah,
this I think this rage came to us a lot of improvements in our lives, but in the technology too.
yeah. I remember this story.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess have a move. I have a move in there. They share this story, and yeah, I remember. How I can say novela,
soap opera. I don't know
pop
exactly, but
opera, pop opera,
I
pop
remember
opera.
this
Yeah,
pop
yeah, yeah,
opera.
yeah. Pop opera, pop opera, a pop opera. I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember pop opera on the radio. I listen, not too much, but I listen at home. Uh, Voz do Brasil was so famous when I was young
yeah.
because when I was around 12 years at my home we did not have TV, and I was watch one TV when I was around 13 for 14 years, right in black TV at my uh, grandpa house. But yeah, actually, I at my home we was had a TV when I was almost 80 years. Yeah, yeah, 17 for 18 years. Yeah, like today it's a crazy history, but yeah, it's yeah. Not because don't exist, but at my home because I come from the countryside, and over there don't have too much. Like
Yeah.
for who lived in Brasilia capital, okay, but for us, I was born and I grew up in the interior of Goiás, so over there only some families had TV. Like my grandpa already had TV because he's more old, and he had a lot of sons, so child kids, and uh, they they helped my grandpa buy one TV, but and everyone come to the house for watch the same TV. All right,
All right.
like it's normal. In the past, it's normal. We watch TV together. Everyone go to the one house and watch TV together. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a funny story. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I know the
Yeah,
feeling. And when you look to the situation nowadays, I faced this when I was younger because television came. I don't know if it this, but it was more cheaper. Of course, it's expensive sometimes, but other times our old television could be cheaper, especially that biggest ones, you know. And I remember to fight with my brothers because I want to watch something and they want to watch other thing, and my mother want to watch news on the television, and people fight about this. And maybe today it's more common. Everyone had your television on the bedroom, on the all places in the house, and anyone can watch what they want. And this when you look to this about the music and the evolution of the music, this is the most interesting part, because today if I want to listen some rap, for example, my wife don't want to listen rap. I can put some phones and I enjoy my music, and my wife don't have to listen something she doesn't want. This is good when you look for this side, but it's worse because maybe family could be more strong together, sit down and listen television or radio together. It was something good. In our house we had this how can I say, we had this rule. Our meetings, or the lunch or the dinner, we do together. We sit on the table to spend time together, because we don't have anymore these other opportunities like in the past to watch television together or listen to radio together. I even, in my position, I don't watch television for all. Only my daughter watched some cartoons and those kind of things, and I don't spend time watching television or even radio or something like this. When I was when you are talking, I remember I would like to make a question for you. It's personal and you can answer or not. But do you listen some radio on Canada? And what is the most common type of
all the time I
most?
listen radio. I listen radio since I start learn or study English. I start listen music. I listen one music from internet called Radio Garden. Radio Garden. I can listen music around the world. I can choose in the map where I can listen. Like called Radio Garden. I will share with you. Garden.
I will put in my favorites here because it's good, And but you listen using internet, or you use radio
No,
to listen this?
I listen when I was in Brazil. I listen on the internet, right?
All right.
And nowadays I listen here because my cell phone have radio. But I still use the Guardian radio because I listen radio from other province. Like I'm in Alberta and I listen radio from Quebec, all right? And because of Capital, Montreal, like I like to listen the other place, and I still listen. And I like sometimes I listen some music from like United States or England, like when have some news like flood or some problem in some country. I used to go there and listen the radio for try to understand what happened over there. All right. And I like this radio garden because this like when I want to listen the vision from the English about the Ukraine and the Russia war, I listen radio from England, and I can know what they feel, what they talk
They
about.
think about.
They think about. And I try to listen right from there. I like Radio Garden because I can
All right.
I can catch what way they what they are talk about, right? And I
All
like
right.
that. But
Yeah, this.
I listen radio a lot of my entire life. I'm addicting two things, I guess: listen radio and read a newspaper.
All right.
Since I was kid, and it's crazy. I have a lot of newspaper here from me because I at my work here they they buy the newspaper every day, and they allowed us to have, and I take and I bring and I read the
Yeah,
newspaper,
it's
the
good.
physical newspaper. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Especially I'm talking about the radio. I save this because I like to listen radio too, and had the opportunity to listen radio for other countries. It's good for
Yeah.
us who are learning English, and even read newspaper.
Yeah.
It's awesome to learn.
Yeah.
Congratulations for
Yeah.
sharing us this.
Ah,
I saved
I
this.
listen. I like read the news. When I'm in Brazil, I read newspaper every day because I like the I like know the news every day.
All right.
But that's it, man.
Uh,
Thank you for
I
today.
had to say thank you. Our conversation was so good. I don't see the time pass. I send you in the chat the survey.
uh,
Please spend more 30 seconds
I
and
will
answer for
I will do that
us.
because it's only you and me. If I don't do, that I did not do. So
Thank you. And if you have other subjects to talk, I know for you it's a little bit hard because we had this lack of difference in the time, but please share some subject when to talk in the future. And I had to say you thank you for stay here with me.
oh
It
man,
was a really good conversation and congratulations for you
this
had
talk
your
to me
family.
was amazing too. I
All
really
right.
enjoyed.
All
Remember
right.
walk talk, a yellow walk talk.